The most dangerous samurai in history rarely spoke. Not because they had nothing to say, because they understood something most people will spend their entire lives missing. Words are weight. Most of them we carry for nothing. In the age of the samurai, silence was not the absence of power. It was the fullest expression of it. A warrior who needed to fill every moment with noise was a warrior who had not yet mastered himself. Today we discover what the samurai understood about silence through the story of one woman who learned to use stillness as her greatest weapon. Chapter 1. Sora's Problem. This is Sora. Sora is 33, a litigation lawyer in Osaka. She is exceptionally good at her work, sharp, prepared, relentless in a courtroom. But Sora has a specific problem that her colleagues have noticed, though none have dared name it. She cannot be quiet, not from nervousness, from habit. In every meeting, every negotiation, every difficult conversation, Sora fills the silence. Immediately, with explanation, clarification, justification. Her thoughts arrive in her mouth before she has finished having them. In the courtroom against opponents who know this, it is a liability. She reveals strategy before she intends to. She concedes points she didn't mean to concede. She answers questions she should have left hanging. Then a senior partner, 70 years old, legendary reputation, sat beside her after a difficult session and said only this: "The sword that speaks too early loses its edge." He said nothing else. He left. And the silence he left behind was more instructive than any advice he could have given. Chapter 2. The Philosophy of Mai. The samurai tradition understood something called ma, negative space, the pause between actions, the silence between words. Most people experience ma as emptiness and be avoided, a gap that makes them anxious, that they rush to fill. The samurai understood it as the source of everything. In the space before the sword move, the warrior sees the opening. In the pause before the answer, the thinker finds the truth. In the silence before the decision, the leader finds clarity. Sora began studying this. She found that the pattern in her speech was fear. Fear that silence meant she had nothing to offer. Fear that the pause would make others think less of her. Fear that waiting meant losing. But the samurai who spoke least in a room was usually the one who understood it most completely. Silence is not passive. It is the most active form of attention that exists. Chapter 3. 3 Powers of Silence. Power 1. Clarity. The mind that is always producing noise cannot see clearly, like reading a reflection in choppy water. The moment the surface stills, everything becomes visible. Sora began 10 minutes of complete silence every morning before leaving for court. No phone, no planning, just stillness. And something shifted. Her thinking in the first hour of work became different, sharper, less reactive. She was making decisions from a different place. Power 2. Presence. When you are silent, you stop broadcasting and start receiving. You notice what others miss. In negotiations, Sora discovered that when she stopped filling the silence, the other side filled it instead. With information she hadn't asked for, with concessions she hadn't requested, with the truth of their position given freely into the space she had learned to hold. The most powerful person in any conversation is the one most comfortable with silence. They do not fill the space. They let others fill it, and in doing so, reveal exactly who they are. Power 3. Reputation. The samurai code of Bushido included the virtue of reticence, the deliberate restraint of speech. Not because words are bad, because unnecessary words are a form of weakness. They signal anxiety, the need for approval, the inability to sit comfortably in one's own skin. When Sora stopped over-explaining and started speaking only what was necessary, people listened differently. Words that were rare carried weight that constant words never could. Chapter 4. The 3 Practices. Practice 1. The Morning Silence. 10 minutes before speaking to anyone or checking any screen, sit in stillness, not meditation in any complex sense, simply the practice of being comfortable in your own presence, of not needing noise to feel safe. The samurai began every day this way. So can you. Practice 2. The 2-second pause. For responding in any conversation, especially a difficult one, Pause 2 seconds, not because you don't know what to say, because you are choosing deliberately what to say. This single habit will transform how others perceive you. Practice 3, the daily audit. At the end of each day, what did I say today that I should not have? What would have been better left unspoken? This is not judgment, it is refinement, the samurai practice of restraint applied to modern life. Chapter 5, the transformation. 6 months after the senior partner's single sentence, Sora was in the most important negotiation of her career. The other side was waiting for her to fill the silence. They had her pattern from previous dealings. They expected the over-explanation, the premature concession, the revealed hand. Sora said what needed to be said. Then she stopped and waited. The silence lasted 9 seconds. She counted them internally, calmly. The other side broke first, and in breaking gave her the position she needed. She won the negotiation without fighting. Afterward, her partner asked, "What happened in there?" Sora almost explained. Then she remembered what she had learned. She simply smiled and let the silence do its work. Closing, 3 practices, starting tomorrow morning. First, 10 minutes of silence before the day begins. Just sit. Second, a 2-second pause before every response. Third, each evening. What should have been left unspoken? The sword that cuts deepest is the one forged in stillness. The person who influences most is the one who speaks least and means every word. Use silence not as emptiness, as a weapon. See you in the next one.